YouTubers, family and friends. Hello again, welcome back to the channel. It's been a few days since I've done a video, so I'm gonna pop off another one here for you guys. Just kind of in my shop here, which is my solar room, newly converted from the generator room. No, I've just divided it in half, right? And the generator's there, the control panel, and the generator's on the other side of that wall. And this is an air-conditioned room. And I regulate it through this air conditioning here for the temperature in here. Right now, I've had the air conditioning off because it's been a cloudy morning, but the sun just came out. So I have this EcoFlow smart plug right here, and I can take that bugger there and put any kind of a time I want this thing to come on or off from wherever I have Wi-Fi, right, or wherever I have a signal. So I just set it to come on again for a couple hours because it's starting to get hot in here, because see that we're making some good solar 2100 watts, 1300 and 800. So usually I'm making 10 on a nice day, a sunny day, 10 kilowatts, right? So I just had some deliveries from Lazada. Everything you can see here, I bought on Lazada. All these, I mean, it's a hydraulic crimper for wire and for ends, right? And torque wrench and charger and inverter and wire, and I mean all this stuff, all these batteries here. I'm doing my top balance now on my batteries that I've been telling you guys about forever. I don't have enough bus bars to complete all my batteries here, but they're coming in on Lazada today, so then I'll have enough bus bars to then. And I got a super small 10-watt charge going on into these 9 batteries that I have hooked up with bus bars right now. So these are all hooked. They're all 280 amp hour LifePole 4 batteries, right? And I got 9 of them in parallel right now. And as soon as I get those bus bars, then I'll have all 16 in parallel. And they came with 3.24 volts on them. Each battery come with 3.24 volts, and well, a couple of them were, 3.23, 3.22. I think was the lowest one I had. So connecting them all to like this in parallel will get them all matched up exactly as far as the voltage. And like I say, I have this DC power supply here, and I set the voltage at 3.56, 3.55, and it's only 2.8 amps and only 10 watts. So it's very tiny amount of charge going into these right now, and I'm just trying to bump up the voltage real super slow on these 9 until I get my other bus bars and get them all, then I'll bump this wattage way up. I can only put in 10 amps maximum in from this charger. This is a 10 amp charger, but then I have another 20 amp charger right here. So I'll be hitting it with 30 amps here probably starting tomorrow. And I do all this when I got sun outside, so it's all free power, right, with my solar system. So maybe in 3 or 4 weeks, I'll have all these batteries topped off, getting close to being topped off. I'm going to go up to 3.55 or 3.6, right in that area, before I tie them all together in series and install the BMS, and then let the BMS balance them the rest of the way, right? So here's an example of a BMS that I ordered that was wrong wrong. This is for a 24 volt system, and mine's a 48 volt system, and I ordered it wrong. That's 7,000 pesos, so that's $140 or something like that, guys. That I kind of, wasted my money because I wasn't paying well enough attention. I was trying to get a better deal and ended up ordering the wrong one. So sometimes that stuff happens, and you just gotta bite the bullet and order a new one. So I got another Dali, same exact one, except for it has 16 pin wires coming off it for 16 batteries instead of for 8 batteries. So if I want to do a 24 volt system on anything in the future, I'll have one of those. I'll just have to get more batteries, like 8 more 280 amp hour batteries, and I can build another system for something else. So right now, this DC power supply is just cycling, giving wattage, very, very low wattage, 10 watts. It's almost nothing to this battery bank. I think I've risen it from a 3.24 to a 3.26 or a 3.27 in like 4 or 5 days so far. So it's almost nothing. Here, I can probably show you here. We'll see where we're at. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Okay. Yeah, I'm at a 3.27 volts right now across these 9 batteries. So it's practically nothing, right? And then, like I say, I'll get this bugger fully bus barred all the way through, and then start hitting it with more juice here when the sun is out from, like 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day for 6 hours. I'll be hitting it heavy, charging it up with free solar power, and that's the way I'm going to work it for, forever, how long it takes. I don't care if it takes a month and a half. That's the way I'm going to work it, so I don't, so I don't use grid power. That's the way I work around here. I mean, when we do laundry, when we're using the microwave, when we're doing anything, we look at the sun first. Because right now, I'm like on the edge as far as having enough solar panels, and then with what the sun is doing, be able to get the power I need to accomplish everything electrically I need throughout the day. Like last month, my bill was $60, so 3,000 pesos, right? And I want that at 0 or close to 0, And the month before it was $40. So this last month has been a lot more clouds. So I mean, you manage it the best you can. That's all you can do. So I got some more of these magnet bars coming. I'm going to put another one up here above those, and I'm going to put another one over here in this space on the top. And there, as you can hear, my aircon just automatically came on now that the green light's on and that EcoFlow. It's just just got to go into the app, and you just punch it in on the app, and it'll come on. It's exactly 2 p.m. right now here, and I'll run that till 4 p.m. just for a couple hours, because it's starting to get warm in here. It's like 32 C, which is like 87, 88 degrees, so it's getting hot, and it's almost as hot in the next door room here, about 88 degrees. So once this should cool down pretty nice. I try to keep it below 80 in here on this side with the solar components, and usually I do a good job of that. But with what the sun's been doing, and we're cleaning the pool right now too, so we'll go outside here. I'll show you guys. See, the sun came out pretty nice. It was fully cloudy earlier. So Lizelle's just finishing up right now, cleaning the pool. You all done, Lizelle? Okay. So I'm gonna shut this pool pump off now. And the pool looks great. It's in a good condition, but the problem I got right now is the gutters. As you can see, the birds have put so many seeds and stuff in the gutters, and it's gotten debris and between dead birds and bird poop and seeds and all their nesting debris and stuff that filled the gutters up there. And now these outlets are plugged, and now when it rains, all that dirty water goes into the pool, drops down and goes in the pool. So as soon as I get an opportunity this week, I need to go up on the roof up there. Me and Ruel, I'll get I got a harness, and I'll get tied up to the center. There's a cross up there. It's a solid welded pole. So I'll put the rope on, connected to the center of the roof there at the pinnacle, at the peak of it, and then I'll crawl down with a insulated suit on so the roof don't tear me up too bad. And I'll just with my hand dig all that stuff out of there and go and just throw it out over the wall on that other side. And because I'm not going to carry a bag around with me to put debris in a bag, I'll just keep scooping it down and then digging it out and throwing it maybe out over the wall of the building over there. It's going to be gnarly, but I've been working up there last few days. As you can see, you can't really see, but I've been grinding and fixing some of the surface rust that's on some of the posts and stuff up there, and then priming it and painting it and stuff like that. So it's been a busy week again for us here on the homestead. No choice, right? Just like it says in the Bible, I mean, if you have things in this world, are all going to rust or somebody's going to steal it. That's what the Bible says, and that's the truth, right? And it just takes up your time. But it's nice to have, but really it ain't worth it, because then all your time gets spent on worldly things. So there's a lot of regrets in the world, but it's a nice, secure place. I really do love the Philippines, and because God, I know He sent me here 10 years ago. So I've been taking the four-wheeler out every day and taking care of the animals in the morning. So when I get back, I always wash it, because it's all full of mud usually on the trail, especially with it been raining. So it's in good shape right now. And I always bring this cooler full of the things I need there: gloves, safety glasses, water. This is oil for the chainsaw. There's a backpack in here with some supply goods, bungee straps, stuff like that. Things that you need. And I got all my shovels and sledgehammers and all that kind of stuff here. I have some rakes I have out there. I've been raking up piles in the afternoon and burning them if everything dries out. That's one thing about the Philippines. I mean, it'll rain for days and days and days, and within a day or two of hot, nice sun, everything will be dry. That's how much rain and moisture dries up. And then in the morning again, everything's wet from the dew if it doesn't rain, and then in a couple hours it's all dry again. So I mean, it's hard on if you got exposed metal. It'll rust like crazy, so you got to keep up with it. A lot of people will use stainless, but it's 3 times the cost for stainless, right? At least 3 times the cost. I think it's closer to 4 times the cost now. So that's why I chose to not go with stainless, because most people on all their outside railings go with stainless. But that would have cost me another maybe $200,000. And with the stairways, you'd have to buy all stainless angle iron, and we're talking it'd be probably 500,000 pesos if I did all my stairways stainless and the railings. So yeah, it wasn't even an option for me. I mean, all the top rails are scaffold poles. I've been using those scaffold poles for everything. I paid like 150,000 in scaffold poles to build the tower. And look at, there's my buddy welded up this gate for me and the post for the gate. I have to install that still out where the animals are in the other property. But I use those poles for everything. See, and here's another one for the, I use the poles for the roof of this building here. I used it inside my shop for a frame, a strengthening frame for this this door. As you can see here, see it's all that scaffold pole, and I just used it wherever I could because I have piles and piles of it. My pile's getting pretty low. It's getting pretty dwindled down now, which is good. I'm really happy that I was able to find ways to use it, to utilize it, you know. And that's what I've been picking through my construction pile for months, you know, with projects and stuff, using it for the animal gates and all that, and so it's working out really well. And that's the key. Try to keep your costs down as far as you can. This battery system kind of set me back, but it's going to be worth it. Once I get that battery system online, then I'll be able to definitely have my electric bill down to zero, almost guaranteed. I figure it'll take me 2 to 3 days to charge the batteries up, and that's just a guess from when they're depleted. It's because my plan is to use them at night, right? To use the battery system at night to run the air con. I only run the air con for about 3 to 4 hours at night, and that's my plan, is to use it for the air con that we use at night, and then ooh, that sun's getting hot, but I'm so glad the sun's finally out. And then in the daytime when it's sunny, you know, charge the batteries back up. And hopefully that inverter will be able to charge those batteries up in one day if it's sunny, but I don't know if it's going to put out enough amperage. I don't know that yet. Once I get it set up and get it working is the only way, and once I test it out, and then that's the only way I'm going to know. But even if it's 2 or 3 days to charge it up, and then I can use it at night again. So you figure if it's every 2 days, but I'm you know, considering bad weather too. That's why I'm saying 3 days. So a third of the month, right? So 10 days. So if I can have 10 days of running the battery system at night, that should be able to easily put my electric bill to zero. I'm pretty sure. So we'll see. And then all I need to do is expand from there in a couple years once I get my Social Security, and I'm running off a pretty tight, well, I say a pretty tight budget. You know, a lot of people get by with a whole lot less than I got. You know, I got what, $1,900 a month. That's my budget, monthly budget, and that's my monthly income too. So that's remittances that I get for life for my autistic son and I, because my second wife passed away from cancer, so she was a school teacher, and the teachers union has a for life death benefit, whether you remarry or not, doesn't matter, and it's very little, right? Mine is $650 a month, so that's what I make. $650 a month. That's $7,200 a year. That's what I make per year. $7,200 a year, guys, and I support 10 people here. And my autistic son John, he makes the remainder of that. So he makes $1,300 a month. You know, between what his mom after on her death benefits left him, and then he gets a disability remittance also from Social Security. Very small amount, $800 a month, right? Very tiny amount. And you know, my son John, he's a wonderful young man, but he's 24/7 care, guys, right? He swims in our pool twice a day, and that's why I built that pool. That's for John. You know, and that, I don't know what it cost me, a couple million, several million pesos, 3 million, 4 million pesos, I'm not sure, for all the pool, and then the maintenance for the pool. That's probably per month. The maintenance for the pool is probably 10,000 pesos. I'm just guessing, you know, so it's like $200 a month. So, you know, there's expenses with everything in life, guys, right? But that pool's John's. That's what he loves to do. That's his big deal, right? He's got his private room. He swims twice a day, and then we walk twice a day for 30 minutes twice a day. That's an hour of walking. You know, and that keeps him exercised between that and the pool, right? So, you know, this is a great life because he's with the people he loves, and he's not in the doctor's office all the time. He's not being exposed to tons of people all the time that can do God knows what to him. That's why all these medical facilities and these psychiatric facilities and all that, I wouldn't trust any of them. I would only trust my close-knit family to care for my son. There's no doubt in my mind about that. And maybe that's another reason why God called me to come to the Philippines. So my Filipino wife and I, and the help that we have, Lizelle and Ruel and their daughters, you know, that we all pitch in and help around here. So that's God's plan for me, I'm sure. And now it's just a matter of, you know, working the homestead, trying to get more and more efficient. That's what my goal is, and that's what I work toward every day. I'm clearing jungle land for the cows to start a herd. I have one cow right now, and I'm pretty sure she's pregnant. So that's the start of our herd of cows. And because I try to go by what God says in the Bible as much as I possibly can to please God in every way I can, even though I'm sure I fall short, just like we all do, and sin. But we go in repentance to Him when we go into sin, right, guys? I mean, that's why Christ died for us. His shed blood covers our sins if we ask for forgiveness and we believe in Him. And we're trying to please Him because we love Him by obeying His commandments. And that's what the whole Bible says, guys. And then, of course, the whole Bible then always says, if you don't do these things, you're going to be in a world of hurt, one way or the other. So it's your choice. It's everyone's choice, right? So, like I say, we're becoming more self-sufficient. I'm at fence lines. I'm going to start building there at the other property once I get enough land cleared to start, so my heifer can have her baby calf, and we can start a herd there. And I got my goats there, and they're clearing land because they eat like crazy, them goats. So between the cow and the goats eating all the underbrush after I clear it out, and then I'm burning when the weather's like this in the late afternoon, if everything gets dried out, which it does real fast, like I was saying, then I can go there and start burning, right? Because the last time I was there, I burned 10 piles of leaves and one pile of brush. So the brush, it takes probably around a month or so to get fully dry to burn it. So in a couple more months from now, all my brush piles, I got 11 or 12 brush piles. I think now I got 13 brush piles there now waiting to be burned because they're too wet to burn still. And I even have a little bit of a diesel and a sprayer, one of those industrial sprayers, diesel and gas mix to help start the fire, and I have a propane torch. I'll show you guys in another video if I can get one going on that. It's great for starting a fire. Yeah, I can instantly start all the fires, but if the wood's still wet, it's not going to burn. I mean, all the tiny little dry stuff burns off, and then you got the big, anywhere from the 2 to 4 inch brush that's still not dry, right? It won't burn yet. So anyways, I'm gonna show you guys real quick. It's just beautiful right now this afternoon, and like you can see here with your own eyes, it's a virtual paradise in the Philippines. I mean, I have every kind of fruit you can think of, 13 different fruits. There's coconut, right? These are dwarf coconut trees that we planted ourselves and grew in the backyard here after buying this property. Papa and Rex was back here earlier today picking Lasuni, and as you can see, it's just absolute massive abundance of Lasuni. See them all up there, guys? It's like grapes. It's like massive grapes, and they're everywhere. This whole tree is just loaded with massive goblets of grapes. And you can see as high as the tree goes are just massive amounts of this fruit. And like I say in the other videos, we didn't do nothing. These trees were here when we bought the property, the Sunis. See, and here's what you get. Here's the fruit right here for it. This is Lasuni, and this one's even cracked open already. Let's see. See, and it's got these little wedges of fruit in there, and absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. So, and Papa has this bamboo stick right here, and he just reaches up in there and knocks down the fruit. I mean, the fruit's just everywhere, guys. Just massive amounts. Here's another picture of look at that, just goblets. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's just unbelievable amount of abundant fruit. And then we got these rambutan. They're about done. There's still some on this tree over here, and they're falling down still. See, they're red. That's all over the ground. See, there's dozens and dozens of them on the ground, and most of them go to seed, because I actually come out here every single day and pick. I pick this fruit every single morning and give it to my cow and my goats, and they love it. But, you know, see, you open up this rambutan, and there's this meaty white in the center, and there's a seed in the center of that. So you eat this meaty white that's around the center seed, and it's just super fruity. There, that's what it looks like. And all this meat, all the way to the seed in the center. Oh, you can see the seed. Yeah, there's a seed. It's just delicious. Super sweet. So, sorry guys, I had to eat the rest of that one. So then you got see how that rambutan is still, and we've been picking and eating this, guys, since August. I mean, look at that. Just the abundance of it is just massive. There's just thousands of them still at the top of the tree there. And we have several trees like that. And like I say, 13 different fruits. And like I say, since August, we've been harvesting and eating and harvesting and eating and giving fruit away and harvesting and eating free the fruit that God has given us. It's wonderful. And that's why I guess Northwest Mindanao, there's not, those kind of fruits don't grow everywhere. There's certain areas, and this is one of the areas that all these fruits grow. That's why I just think it's a paradise, a Garden of Eden here. I just love it. It's just amazing. And as you can see here, this is just one of the many baskets that we harvested. This is your daily harvest. Maybe between today and yesterday. I mean, it's just, and they're selling that. Most of the people are selling that in the province, like at the roadside stands for like 20 pesos per kilo. And then it's more expensive. It's all the way up to like 60 pesos per kilo if you go, to the city. And then there was trucks that was coming through here buying the trees. They'd buy it by the tree and say, okay, we'll give you 2,000 pesos, 3,000 pesos for all the fruit that we can pick in this tree. And then the landowner says, okay, that's a deal. And they pay them 3,000 pesos. Then they go pick. They have to climb the tree, and they can't damage the tree. They gotta gently go up in there, don't break any branches, pick all the fruit, let it drop to the ground, and the crew that comes with the truck picks it all up and puts it in boxes, and they take it to the city, and they get 3 to 4 times the value. So they're making like around 4 times their money. These, guys with trucks that come and do like the harvesters, right, in the U.S. They'll come and, migrant workers coming to the orchards and the vineyards and stuff, and they'll, during the harvest season, and they'll do that. But here, it's fair because you pay directly to the landowner, and then the guys that actually do the picking, they go and distribute it to the city, and they get, either they give it to people that sell it in the city, or they sell it themselves in the city, and it's all direct. There's no, okay, the corporation's going to pay one guy minimum wage to go pick, and then another guy's going to pay minimum wage for the driver to go pick it up, and then the corporation going to pay minimum wage for the guys in the city to sell it. No, it's real mom and pop businesses here in the Philippines. There's no rip-off. I shouldn't say there's no rip-off artists. There's lots of rip-off artists, but at least it's a direct payment to the people, the landowners, and the people that produce the fruit here in the Philippines. And that's what I really love about the Philippines. So praise God. I mean, this day is just absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. I have so much work to do, guys. Like I say, and that's why my videos are lacking here lately. But this is kind of a recent update, and the next video I'm going to try to do is out at the jungle property, and I found a pole that we're going to put down that gold mine shaft and see how far that pole goes. It's like the pole's about a 20-foot pole. We're going to see if it go down at least 20 foot. So, because I figure all the overburden they pulled out of that hole's got to be at least 50 to 100 feet deep. So we're going to test the first 20 feet next time I go there, which I'm not sure when that's going to be. So anyways, this is a long video, and I appreciate you guys. Please like and subscribe. I love you guys. And please always know that just call upon Jesus and trust in him fully and totally, and he will guide your way. In his name, Jesus, we pray. So take care, guys. I love you. Until next time, bye-bye.